Hi. Funds management in SAP is something which we need to understand to manage our budgets and the controls which we want to put in our system. So let's start on the funds management in SAP. So funds management in SAP are of two types. One is OPEX, that is operational budget, and one is CAPEX, that is capital budget. Normally, capital budgeting or the CAPEX funds are managed through the project system, and OPEX fund, that is operational budgeting funds, are managed through the concept of BCS, that is budgetary control system, which is there in SAP system. Here we are going to discuss on the operational budgeting system, which we are calling as funds management or budgetary control system. So on that, so first we are going to discuss about the key business requirements which are readily there for the operational budgeting. So let's understand the key business requirements. So in the OPEX funds, majorly the operational budgets are controlled for marketing expenses, professional fees, or admin nature of expenses. These funds need to be controlled primarily on a quarterly basis, because every industry has their own way of controlling, but in majority of the cases, the funds are controlled on a quarterly basis. So we have to build that option in SAP, how we can go and control the funds on a quarterly basis. Normally in SAP, the funds are controlled on an annual basis. So this is a key trick we have utilized, and we have managed to maintain this on a quarterly basis. Secondly, department-wise budget should be allocated and controlled for each of the expense heads. Fund should be blocked for the purchase requisition, purchase order, GRN, and also we should go and cross-check the vendor invoice also. Apart from that, all that direct expenditures with respect to the, let's say, professional fees or some other expenditure should be controlled through budget. At the same time, some of the expense heads such as salary, raw materials, we should be excluding from the operational budgeting control system. So these are the key universal business requirements for the purpose of operational budgeting. Now, how it works in SAP? First, we need to enter the budget, wherein we have to have an option to enter the budget by quarter, by department, by expense head, and then we need to release the budget so that it can be utilized for the expenditures. And then we can check one P2P cycle. In the P2P cycle, we can start with maybe purchase requisition or purchase order, then convert that to purchase order, and then to GRN, then to invoice, and then to payment of the vendor and direct expenditure. So let's see the P2P cycle in our system. So here you can see, first we have started with the budget entry. So before we enter the budget, we have some budget of 70K, let's say. We have entered the budget of 250K, and now we can see the same report in the below screens. There is a budget available for 3.2K, 320K. Now, this is the option to release the budget. Here we have released the budget for 80,000, and we have utilized also some budget. Now you can see the purchase order we have used for the purpose of this budgeting. So here the purchase order value is 3,000, and we have consumed this budget, and you can see it is shown in the consumed budget, and we can see how the things are getting invoiced and GRN. So here you can see this budget is basically utilized and consumed for the 3,000 rupees. So this is how the entire budgeting cycle works. And here the most important thing, the budgets are controlled on a quarterly basis. Since this 3rd April 2025 falls under Q1, so it is controlled by Q1. So this is one of the most important thing we should be noticing here. And here also you can see the funds are controlled as quarterly. So this is how the entire operational budgeting processes are managed in SAP, right from entry of the budget, release of the budget to the entire P2P cycle.